What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and this time we are taking a look at our boy DSP and his sneaky way of trying to get the dents to agree to monetize changing his lights. Now, you may have heard it on and off the last few days ever since Phil added LED lighting and the ring light to his stream, where it's an amazing awesome thing that's going to save the channel, right? And you notice that every once in a while Phil will drop a little hint about maybe monetizing the lights, and it started the other day, and of course our boy Phil said no, I'm not about monetizing everything, no, and so on. He first came off like that, but then you notice little by little his tone starts changing. And the funny thing is that you start realizing that every so often there's the same dent that keeps asking Phil in chat about, hey, why don't you monetize your lights? And little by little, Phil has moved his position from, no, I'm not going to monetize my lights, to, oh, well, we need to think about the most fair way of doing it. So let's watch the video and mock Phil.
Okay, now, my suggestion is make it a $20 tip to change the light. Make it so that if there's a tip to change the light, they get a few minutes before it can be changed by another tip. I say a few minutes rather than specifying the exact time, because it should vary. You don't want to be setting timers for the light or whatever, but you don't want viewers to be robbed either. That's exactly right, and that's what I was saying, is that that's why I would be apprehensive about doing it. Because what if, let's say I turn on the stream today, all right guys, we're going to determine the light for today, $20 tip, you get to pick the light. And then 3 people each tip $20, and one's at blue, red, green. Right? Crap. Well, that's kind of unfair. So first we go with blue. Okay, we're blue. Leave it on for what? 5 minutes? Okay, now red. Cool. Okay, now 5 minutes have passed. Green. But then what happens if no one else tips $20? So the person who tipped last got it all day, right? How's that fair? They all tipped the same amount. Why did one guy get it all day? I don't know. We have to think about it. We definitely have to think this through and think about how we want to do this.
Just the mere fact, Phil, that you are contemplating actually charging $20 to change lighting is terrible, Phil. It's a terrible idea. It basically just reinforces the idea that all you do is care about money and you can give 2 craps about your dents. Secondly, if you were going to do this, why charge at all? The simplest way to do this is the highest tipper, right? The person that gives the highest tip, and maybe you should do super chats, because you don't care about your den heads who give super chats, and and that's a shame. A tip and a super chat is essentially the same thing. I know you like to treat it differently because you need that liquidity to play WWE champions, but essentially a tip and a super chat is the same thing. But anyway, why don't you just simply say whoever's the highest tipper, or the person who donated the highest, gets to choose the light. So if, say, Snow Carl comes in with his $1.50 tip and he is the highest bidder, you let him choose what light color. If someone else comes in, like say Lisa Lou, and drops $100, then you let her choose what the color is, and so on and so on. If Lisa Lou's the last one to tip $100 and she's the highest tipper, then you leave whatever color it is that she chooses. It's the fairest way to do it, in my opinion. Well, actually, in my opinion, you don't do it at all. You don't do it at all. But if you are going to do it, why don't you make it an incentive and kind of an extra reward for these people that go out and wail out for you. Just make it an extra incentive for them to say, hey, I appreciate you giving to me. Here's a little incentive, versus just giving them a stupid animation that are terrible. Those animations are horrible, by the way. But if you are going to actually do it, why don't you give it as an incentive for the highest tipper? That would be the best way to do it. The optimal way of doing it is just not do it at all. Not do it. Or maybe if you want to be nice, say, hey, I'm going to choose a random person in my chat and let them pick for the first hour or the first half hour. Kind of, like what you do for Bubbles, when you hit 100 likes. It's just an incentive, Phil. It's just an incentive. You don't have to make everything into money. You don't have to just, you treat your dents like a sponge, man, and you just ring it until you can get every single drop. And what you don't realize is people get turned off from that, and people just leave. They get tired of pumping money into you, and they just move on. They're like, why am I? They wake up one day and realize, why am I spending all this money on this loser when I can be doing something more productive?
Again, I want it to be fair. I don't want people to feel like they're being cheated. And I also don't want to overpromise and underdeliver at all. I would want it to be something fair, and that's why we're not rushing to do anything. I'm open to some more suggestions. Thank you for that initial suggestion. Let's try to get more ideas before we try to implement anything. I'm not saying we're even going to implement anything. I'm saying I want this to be something fair, okay?
You already have the idea in your head, Phil, and you had the idea the first time someone mentioned it to you. And what you're going to do is you're going to just drag it out into the opportune moment, and you're going to say, well, my den heads, so many, they reached out to me via email and said, oh, you should monetize. This is a great idea. So I'm doing the will of the people. That's how you're going to roll it out, Phil. But you knew from the very moment that once one den head said, hey, why don't you monetize it? You said, oh my God, yeah, because of course this is going to be your new 8-ball, being, you just don't even bring out the 8-ball anymore, because no one tips $8 anymore to ask a stupid question, because they realize it's something dumb. Why would you even charge for that? I mean, I do my streams and I have an 8-ball and it's free. Anybody can ask anytime they want, and it's something fun for the dense, or it's something fun for your viewers to do while they're watching something boring that you're playing.
Hello, Jade. How are you today? Someone to the $1.11 said, sorry if I missed this. Did you ever come to a conclusion about a donation for a light change? I would love to do it. We haven't really.
I love how it's someone. He doesn't state the person's name, and you're going to realize that most of these people that are asking this are anonymous people. So that tells you right there, it's not real. People, it's not anyone asking, or he's coordinating with, say, OIC or one of his dents to actually ask this question.
Talk that much about it. We talked about it maybe 2 streams. It was brought up what this person is talking about. By the way, thank you. $1.11 tip is if someone donates, and let's say someone donates, I don't know, $10, $20. We haven't figured it out yet. Could they just pick what light I'm going to have? Green, blue, orange, seafoam, violet, yellow, which looks white, doesn't even look yellow, Bifrost blue or sky blue, or purple. Okay, those are the 9 colors available with this light that I have. We talked a little bit about it, but we didn't come to any conclusion whatsoever. And the other thing that we were talking about was, how would we do it that it's fair? Because let's say, for example, I start a stream. Theoretically, let's say tonight I turned on Resident Evil, and I had red, and all of a sudden someone donates, hey, I would like blue. Okay, so I turn it to blue. Within a minute, someone else donates, hey, I wanted orange. Okay, orange. What happens to the guy who wanted blue? They got cheated. They only have like a minute, right? So I think if we're going to do it, if you guys really want to do it, first of all, there's going to be situations where I don't want to do that. Like, for example, if I'm doing a special vlog, like today's Game of the Year awards, I'm not going to be changing the background constantly or anything for those, okay? But for like a standard gameplay stream with gameplay, it doesn't really matter. I don't see the light anyway. It's not going to bother me. If you guys wanted to change the light, I guess you could. But I guess what we need to do is we need to discuss and
you notice now it becomes if you guys wanna. You got one anonymous dent asking about lighting, right? No one else is. And now he's trying to implement this where he's going to charge a set amount, and knowing him, it'll be just like the $25 Pokemon thing, and he'll make it some exorbitant amount of money. And it's utterly ridiculous. And you'll have a couple dents that, will pay for this, but this will die out just like 8-ball.
Agree upon, like collectively agree upon.
And it'll reinforce yet again that Phil is nothing. All Phil is about money. Any way he can wring the dents out of every nickel and every penny, he'll do it. So he just reinforces that truth, that it's all about the money for Phil. And I don't care what you say, Phil. I don't care how much you cry and complain and say people say mean things or incorrect things or lie about you. The facts are the facts, and you can't deny the facts. When you try to monetize every single aspect of your life, people are going to say that you are greedy and all you care about is money.
What would the rules be? How much How long does the light stay the color that the person selected? You know, how many people do I let do it, or do I let people do it nonstop? See, we have to figure all this out. That's why I'm not doing it until we hash everything out. Because I'm not just going to say, yeah, let's just do it, and the next thing you know, everyone's upset. I'm not doing that. So, if you guys have ideas, all right, you know, let me know. How much? How long should the light stay like that? You know, let's talk about it, okay? So what would your guys' suggestions be for that? Or do you think it's bad? You don't even want to do that. It's stupid. Don't do it. Let me know. Tyrannus says the first person to tip $25 or more would get to pick the color, and you would keep that until the next time that you switch parts for the video. Oh, I see what you're saying. So what you're saying is, like, for example, right now, if someone took $25, the light would stay whatever color they asked for. But then when I split the part for YouTube, which is every hour of gameplay, then there would be, you could change it then. I see. The only bummer there then would be, let's say, for example, it's tonight stream. That means only 2 people can change the light, you see? Because it's 2 parts. That's it. Because if we say a third person does it, there's no time, right?
Right there, folks. Right there. Right there, that point. The problem with that is that there's only 2 hours. So that means that Maxie can only get $50 to change his lights. That's a problem. That's a problem. So, God, it's so frustrating sometimes to follow Phil, because he tries his best to not seem like a penny-pinching, greedy pay pig, just all about the money. He tries. I give him credit. He tries, but he just can't. His true nature always evolves. The mask comes off, and he, you know, what do I always say? If you want to know if someone's lying to you, let them keep talking. And Phil just keeps talking. And right here, right there, he specifically pointed out that this is a problem because he can only get a maximum of $50 if he implements that recommendation that person said. $50. That's a problem because he can't milk it for more.
Lord Prince Albert did a super chat. Says, can we make light super chat exclusive? No. But we could discuss options. It doesn't necessarily have to always be tips. But again, let's all discuss this before we come to any conclusion. And I'm not saying we're doing it. Everyone gets a chance. I don't think that's right.
Okay, that's super funny right there, how he flat out goes, no, I'm not giving rewards out for super chats. No. And then he called himself because yet again he realized how greedy he sounds. And he said, well, maybe we could talk about it. Oh, Phil.
Yeah. Tartarian Truth says, what about $8? It stays for 15 minutes minimum. That way, if multiple people do it, everyone gets a chance. So, $8 is a weird amount. I want it like a round amount. It would have to be like $10. You know what I mean? Like a round amount. I don't want to get like oddball amounts there.
Really, Phil? Oddball amounts, Phil? $8 to change a light is too little for you, Phil. You need a round number. It has to be $10. Phil, you are such a greedy man. I have never met the likes of you, Phil. So greedy. So greedy. I mean, it must be miserable knowing you or being your friend, which I know you have no friends, or even married to you. I mean, I feel so bad for Kat, having to be married to such a Scrooge like you. Such a Scrooge. Where, I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't let her go shopping with you unless she has money, because you refuse to spend any of your money on her. That's how much of a greedy Scrooge you are. God, people like that just piss me off. I can't stand greedy people like that because it is not necessary. Greedy people like that never excel in life because the focus is just money, and they're constantly miserable because their sole purpose and their sole focus is driven by money. And it doesn't matter how much money you get, Phil, you'll never be happy. I don't know how many stories have you heard of famous people that had millions and millions of dollars, had everything in their hands, and they were miserable. They became drug addicts. They went to Betty Ford Clinic. How many people? Because money doesn't make you happy. I mean, it can make life a little easier, but ultimately it doesn't make you happy. And that's one of the aspects why you are such a curmudgeon. That's why you hate everything and hate everybody, and you hate your life.
But okay, I mean, 15 minutes. But then the problem is, then we gotta time it. Now who has the watch out? That's gonna have the stopwatch. Okay, so Joe tipped $10. He wants blue, and go. And we get a timer going for the light. Like, Lipsy says this is just dumb. People try to monetize everything you do. Just do your own thing. Yeah. Again, it's just something we're discussing. All right. Okay. That's enough of that for now. All right. It's enough of that baloney.
One of the PayPegs calls him out for what he is, monetizing everything in your chat. And what he does is he goes, oh, okay, well, let's talk about something. Let's move on to something else. Because he knows that someone's going to, they're going to be people revolting and calling him out for that. And I believe in this clip, someone does call him out for that. And he essentially calls him stupid and I think bans them. So we'll hear that.
Let's now get to the game again. All right. So like I said, we need to go back out this room, up the stairs. I really don't like this. Okay. Huh? What are you guys talking about? Seriously, now people are trolling and I'm getting tired of it.
No one's trolling, Phil. People are basically in your chat saying they don't like this. Why do you have to monetize everything on your streams? That's essentially what it was. And it wasn't trolls. It was regular people that attend your stream, Phil.
Let me see here. What? Let's see.
He's deleting messages from people calling him out for being greedy, for wanting to monetize the
people are just being dumb. People are talking about terms of service violations. There's no terms of service violation going on. Right? And then you got people insulting me and my wife, so we ban this idiot. Right? And then Quasi Soto does a super chat to say that I monetize everything. Isn't that enough? I didn't come up with the idea about monetizing the light. It's not my idea. You buffoon.
Yeah, you moron, but you're implementing it. And you're actually spending time from your gameplay. You're supposed to be playing Resident Evil here. You spend how many minutes talking about this and trying to figure out how you can squeeze every penny out of your den herds. And you actually spend time complaining and saying, well, I can't do it every hour because I can only get a maximum of $50. I mean, you actually did this. So why are you calling these people buffoons? They're getting annoyed. They're there to watch gameplay, and yet you're sitting here on stream talking about how you can squeeze every penny out of your dens.
I didn't make it. I didn't come up with it. I didn't even say anything about it. People have 2 days in a row asked me about it. So how about this? Shut up. You're stupid. Okay. We received 100 likes. And with that 100 likes, it is time to do a celebratory bubble blow. So let's do that. All right. Look at that. Look how those bubbles look. Now in beautiful HD, well-lit bubbles. How do you like them apples? Very nice. Or how do you like them bubbles? Okay. I also received a $2 tip. For me, Shael's a big fan of your streams. Ever thought about having a yearly amnesty? You mean like completely unbanning everyone once a year? Do you have any possible clue what that would be like? What the insane nonsense that would bring? That would be like, that's like saying, yeah, once a year I just want everyone to come in and just shit all over my house floor. That's great. Just like, open my doors and I say, everyone just release their bowels. It's fine. No big deal. No, I don't think so. I don't think we'll be doing that. I'm just saying. I like to keep a tidy house. Let's put it that way. Okay? Okay. Okay. Now.
Way to end it there, Phil, with scat humor. Oh, my Lord. All right, so Phil, I think I've said plenty about Phil and the monetization. And, yeah, he's actually going to go full-blown with this. And he's going to try to essentially milk it for as much as he can. And it'll die out really quickly. But yet again, it exposes Phil for being the greedy streamer that he is, milking his dents for every single penny he has, and just caring nothing about anything except for money. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.